Hey friends, welcome to Post to Post. Thanks for clicking on this video. Happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians, and happy Friday. The weekend is here. It's a holiday here in Canada, but I know you guys in the United States have a holiday coming up. I can't speak for anywhere else outside of North America. I'm not sure which day you guys celebrate for your country outside of North America, but I'd like to know that. We've got a lot of international viewers, so if your country celebrates their existence on a specific day, let me know down below in the comments. I'm always looking to learn some stuff. So yeah, let's get into the video. We're looking at jerseys today, but since it's Canada Day, I know a lot of people are going to be going out looking at the fireworks tonight, spending time with their family, maybe going to a local fair. So I decided to inject a smaller version of a typical Friday video. I've got 10 teams for you. These are all defunct NHL teams, okay? So we've got concepts here. These are by Scott, and I've ranked these. It's not a reaction video, so I've ranked these. Let's go through them one at a time. We'll go 10 to 1, my least favorite to favorite. Save the best for last. Then you guys can let me know down below in the comment section if you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, which ones you like, which ones you don't like. So let's get into it. Start off with number 10, the Quebec Bulldogs. I gotta say, Scott, regardless of concepts, looking at your setup here, I love your presentation. Your jerseys stand out on your background. They're not colored differently based on the team. You've got a very almost a saturated background, so whatever color that you use in the jersey really pops and stands off of the jersey. You've got a nice title at the top. You've got a hockey scene in the background. This is the perfect presentation, in my opinion, for myself and probably the viewers at home. So I really appreciate your effort that you went through to make this look good. Looks great. As far as the concept, also looks good. Of the 10, there's none I dislike. This was a very hard ranking. So even though I've ranked this last, there's so many positive things about it. I love the shoulder patch. The neck is a little bit thick, but it's okay because it balances with the same thickness of stripe at the bottom of the jersey. I love the stripe in the background that just kind of holds the logo on the front, that bulldog. And then the word mark or the word mark logo at the top that you've created is pretty dang great. So it's really cool to look back in the NHL's history and look at some of these defunct teams and just kind of think, well, what if they did come back? What would they look like? So I like this approach by Scott, thinking outside the box, visiting the past, bringing it to the present. So this is cool. I appreciate this series, even though there's only 10. The only small bit of criticism I have here, and it's probably the main reason why I ranked it quite low, is that it's very close to the Toronto Maple Leafs and very close to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously, those two uniforms or jerseys from both of those teams, if you want to include all four home and away, they're all very similar in many ways, and this kind of fits into that similarity a little bit. The stripe in the background, kind of differentiates that from those two teams, but it's very close. I'm thinking maybe we change the shade of blue, and I don't want to take away from the history of the Bulldogs because that's their colors, that's their brand, but it is so close. Just hypothetically thinking if this team came back, right? That's kind of the process that I went through. Maybe change the shade of blue. That's really the only criticism that I have. Number 9, we've got the Philadelphia Quakers. I like the jersey itself overall, just not the logo. It feels very baseball, maybe like an Orioles logo or something, but the shoulders are cool. I like the classic style, like vintage, almost Letterman style neck. The shoulder patch looks great up there. I like the stylization of the font on the arms for the numbers, and then the C on the front, the very simple striping in the arms, and just letting the jersey breathe at the bottom, having most of the content or most of the graphical elements from like the belly button up, but just letting it flow very nicely and clean down below. I imagine the pants being black and just having everything just flow down into the pants. This would make for a really good uniform utilizing this jersey like this. So great design. I just not a fan of the logo in the front. Next, we got the Montreal Maroons. Again, I like the word marks at the top, man. This is fantastic. I love the presentation here. The combination of logos at the top on both shoulders there, the fleur-de-lis, and something else. I don't know what it is, but it just gives that little bit of differentiation from just the fleur-de-lis. So I like that, and it's also a color call-out to the gray that's in the middle of the jersey. Small bit of criticism, I always like for the striping in the middle of the jersey, if it's going to completely cross the full horizontal plane of the arms through the middle to the other arm, to keep it on the same level. So right now it's kind of disjointed on the arms in the middle, but that really is the only criticism I have for this one. Maybe the neck is a little thick white, maybe split that up, have the gray come down a little bit further, and then the white shrink a little bit so it matches the same thickness as the striping in the middle. The little white pieces at the top and the bottom. But the maroon is a very underutilized color in the NHL. I think there's only two teams that kind of use it, Colorado Avalanche and the Arizona Coyotes, and less so now because of the Kachina jersey, obviously. So, yeah, we need more maroon. I would love to see the Montreal Maroons come back, regardless of rivalries, regardless if it makes sense logistically. Just to have the Maroons back would be a pretty cool thing. Next, the Kansas City Scouts. Again, love the word mark at the top. My criticism here is non-color related. It is design related. I'm not typically a fan of the rounded shoulders coming down, but then all the way down. I don't know. It feels almost too soft or something. It needs to feel maybe a little bit more rigid around where the maybe layered. I'm thinking like the flow. Look at the flow on the logo here. It is great. You know, that mane that comes back. I'm wondering if we could kind of, have a little bit of that stylization into the striping down on the arm to kind of pull in, kind of mimic or pull in with the logo to match those two graphics. I think that would be neat. But I love the colors here. I mean, you can't go wrong with these colors. Very, very popular. Everything else for this jersey looks good. I'd probably just change up that little bit of arm striping. The logo in the middle looks great. Next, I put the Hamilton Tigers at number 6. And as far as the yellow jersey goes, I like this one quite a bit. If you guys know me, I'm not typically a fan of them. Now, the neck is something that I would usually say, that's too busy, too many lines on there. But this is a very classic team, very classic brand. And also it balances nicely with the same stylization of striping, the, line, or stripe on both arms. So it's a nice balance, a nice call in there. The shoulders look great. I love the squared off shoulders on top. The numbers look good. The only thing that I would remove is that black stripe and down by the belly button. It looks like like a Santa Claus belt or just a belt in general. I'd probably just completely remove that, let the yellow come all the way down. Logo looks good. Next, we got the Cleveland Barons, and man, that logo is quite interesting. I'm curious to know if you designed these logos or if you found them online. Either way, that is such a minimalistic way to combine a C and a B. It's very cool. The shoulder patch is awesome. I love the character on there. I think that's really cool. It's got a bit of a curled mustache. He's got deep red eyes, so there's some intimidation there. I like the colorization just in the middle, just having the red, but having the white come from the neck all the way down to the bottom of the arms with just a little bit of striping there. I like this. It reminds me of the Columbus Blue Jackets reverse retro a little bit, but other than that, I'm really having a hard time comparing this to anything in the NHL, so I appreciate how different this jersey is. Number 4, I put the New York Americans. This was difficult because I get a lot of vibes from multiple teams. Team USA, even maybe Team Russia. I get Tri-City Americans a little bit because the Tri-City Americans jerseys, if I'm not mistaken, look very close to the Columbus Blue Jackets home and away, but they use a thicker kind of stripe. It's not really pinstriping where Columbus uses a bit of a pinstriping coming down. It's in the same position, but it's thicker on the Tri-City Americans jersey. So I definitely get Tri-City Americans vibes here a little bit. Obviously, the colors don't match exactly as far as arrangement, but it's a combination of a bunch of teams. And with that said, even though it reminds me of so many other things, I like it in general. It is very like New York, like the lights and the stars. I picture the stars as kind of being lights, like the big circular lights outside, like a theater or something on Broadway. So I don't know. It's a little bit busy, but I kind of like it. It feels New York. It feels American. They're called the Americans, so this is true to the name, true to the city. It's a cool jersey. I like it. Next, we got the Golden Seals of California. So the first thing that I noticed, and I'm sure you guys did too, was the metal fleck texture in the gold. Now we've seen this modernized by Vegas and a little bit by the LA Kings. They use that same texture in the gray, actually, right here. Wow, that was not intentional. Not in this specific jersey, but in the new white alternate chevron style logo jersey, they use that texture in there. So having that in here, hypothetically, again, if this team came back, having that texture in there, it's pretty cool. I kind of like that. So the numbers look good. The shoulders look good. They're a little gaudy, a little bit in your face, I know. But as far as rounded shoulders go, I think it kind of works here. Striping on the arm looks good. Colorization overall looks good. The font looks good. Logo in the middle looks awesome. Kind of combining a classic version of the logo with an updated seal, I guess, in the middle. It's got aggression. It's got anger. It's got ferocity. So I like that. This is overall kind of a really cool concept. Thank you for doing this one, Scott. Number 2, I put the St. Louis Eagles. So again, I talked a little bit about texture. I'm going to talk a little bit about texture here, just like the last one. We see it in the neck. We see it in the arms. And we see it in the logo. The logo itself, again, Scott, I'm not sure if you're creating these logos, but that is a really cool logo. A combination of a city monument, the city flag. I'm not sure if you've ever noticed in the back of the St. Louis jerseys, but they've got, like in this area, they've got a bit of the flag pulled in there. That's what that kind of line is there to represent. The texture, not the texture, but the design in here in this area, in the stripe, in the gray, that looks like it's almost mimicking feathers of a bird or an eagle. So it's very subtly put in there, but I wanted to point out in case you haven't seen it. Awesome. So the logo, primary logo is great. The neck is great. The shoulder patch looks great on there. The primary colorization of blue looks great. The arms look good. This is a cool jersey. This is a really, really cool jersey. So, thumbs up for this one. I like the word mark at the top as well. Number 1, I put the Pittsburgh Pirates for a lot of reasons. Number 1, it is a very simplistic design, and it just simply looks good overall. There's nothing on this jersey that I think is like, oh no, remove that. Even the little like off symmetrical piece that's added on the sleeve, on the left sleeve or right as we're looking at it, I don't know what that is. It looks like maybe something that would be on a Pirates uniform, or I don't really know, but I don't mind it. Typically, I don't like things that make jerseys not symmetrical, but yeah, I don't mind it here. The striping is simple. This plays right in with the Pittsburgh brand as far as colorization. The logo at the top, the text logo looks good. The logo in the middle, a little cartoony, but it still looks good. I like the hockey sticks in the skull and the top of the hat there. That's awesome. Shoulder patch looks good. And it does remind me a little bit of the Boston Bruins alternate from the Reebok years. But, man, it's a good jersey. Just overall, I think it's a really, really good jersey. I decided to put it number 1. If I came back and ranked these 30 days from now or a month from now, rankings might be a little bit different. But there is no right or wrong. It's all subjective. And I would love to hear your opinion down below. What was your favorite? What was your least favorite? I think Scott did a really good job overall. So Scott, thank you so much for submitting these, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Because this was a shorter video, only 10 teams, I'm going to come at you early next week with a proper jersey concept video of all 32 teams. So keep an eye out for that, either Monday or Tuesday. Almost certainly it's going to be Monday. So would love to see you then. If you're not subscribed to the channel, would love to see you hit the subscribe button down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Hope you guys have a great Canada Day. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Adios.